Phone can't make up its mind. It tells me to rotate it one way and then rotate it back. Make up your mind. It's been a while since I've done a live show. I've been pretty busy, especially with my prediction videos. Been pumping out a lot of prediction videos, and it's going pretty well too. So I'm fairly happy about that. By the way, guys, how's my sound? Are we good on sound? I'm doing a quick sound check before I go any further. Are we good? Give me a thumbs up if I'm good on the sound. In the past, I've had sound issues because, for whatever reason, the settings always want to reset themselves. Alright, so the sound is good. We're good to go. I'm doing my part, going live on YouTube, and hopefully YouTube does their part and tell people that, hey, Golden Blue Dude is live. Notifications, YouTube, do it. Do what you're supposed to do. Yeah, I'm pretty excited though, guys. College football getting closer and closer. I was working on my prediction video for today, which I got it shot, but wasn't able to edit. So I wasn't able to put out my prediction video out today because my dryer broke down. And it wasn't a simple fix, guys. It was the heating element. If you've never done that before, it is quite the endeavor. You pretty much have to take the entire dryer apart. It's not just, lift up one panel, take the old one out, no, you gotta take everything apart. The front, the back, the drum that rotates, the belt. That was the biggest pain right there, the belt. And I swear, every time I go live, my cat has to use the bathroom. You already did that once. Get out. Don't think I don't know what you're doing. I do. That's the second time. Be done already, man. There's no way you needed to use the bathroom 2 times in 5 minutes. That's annoying. Staring straight at me while I'm yelling at him. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Be done. Jeez. Every stinking time. Anyways. No, I'm not being mean to my cat. Hold on one second. You done? Jeez, man. He does it on purpose, guys. I'm telling you right now. He knows I'm mad at him. Anyway, so, yeah, we're coming down to the championship logo for my 130 logo brackets. And I got a comment the other day saying I should do that every year. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my 130 logo brackets once a year now. It'll be, just like college football, a champion every year. And I'm pretty excited that people liked it that much to where they don't want it to just be a one-time thing. So I'm excited about that. So we'll do that again next year and the year after, and for however long Golden Blue Dude is up. I wanted to let y'all know I haven't disappeared on my live shows. I've been having some technical difficulties, and also don't forget to check out my website, goldenbluedude.com. Me and Joey are working on that stuff. We haven't forgot about it, but we do have an idea. What we want y'all to do is we want y'all to visit the site and send us articles that you would like for me to do a video on. So that would be a way for me to, put out exactly something that one of my subscribers, one of your guys' ideas. So whenever you're done with this, go check it out, goldenbluedude.com. I've been super busy, so I haven't, updated it as much as I should have, but we'll get back on that, and we'd love to see what kind of ideas you have, and see what kind of videos I can come up with the ideas that you guys have. Because I don't know if you're like me, whenever I go on YouTube and I see sports YouTube channels, it's, the same old, and it's like, talking about the national championship predictions and ranking, and that's fine. I do all that stuff too. But what people don't realize, some of my best videos have been off the wall, random, just popped into my head, sort of out of the blue type of thing. Just like the logo brackets type thing. I was like, man, that sounds like a good idea. I think I'm going to do that. So, you know, some of the best videos come from random ideas. So, you know, just tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you want me to do, and we'll see if we can make it work out. So, I was a little mistaken, not much, but a little mistaken on the voting total earlier. Earlier, I said the voting was 86 to 56 in favor of Boise State. The final, if you're not aware of by now, the final two logos out of the brackets right now, Boise State and Iowa. In fact, Boise State has 90. They didn't have 96, they had 86. So I was 10 off, but it's still a wide margin. As of right now, Boise State has 90 votes and Iowa has 60. So even the second place logo, Iowa, has gotten way more votes than any other logo throughout this entire bracket. So, you know, even if Iowa doesn't win this thing, nothing to hang your head on. You did great. Boise State fans, man, they came out in droves throughout this entire bracket process. Unfortunately for West Virginia, we ended up getting matched up with them in the Elite Eight, I think. And, yeah, West Virginia got obliterated. Basically, anybody that Boise State has faced this year in the voting for the brackets, obliterated. So, right now, 90 to 60, that's a wide margin. But the thing is, you know, there's always that last-minute voting, so my idea was to give Iowa State fans, if they choose, if not, that's fine, no problem, whatever, a last-second chance. So in the live videos, voting will count more as far as the super chats. Every dollar that you spend on a super chat for whatever team you're voting for, say you send a $5 super chat and you say, I'm voting for Boise State or Boise State, whatever. That's 5 more votes for Boise State. Same thing for Iowa. You send in a $5 super chat for Iowa, 5 more votes go to Iowa. So a few super chats would close the gap quite a bit, depending on how much they are. So I just want to give you guys that last opportunity, but right now it's looking like Boise State's going to win this thing. It's a pretty wide margin, 30 votes. That's yeah, the biggest margin of any voting of any matchup this entire thing. So, yeah. Joey says he's here, but he's way behind and he's buffering. You have bad service, my friend, and I feel bad about it. I think we're good on my end. Is anybody else buffering? I think we're good. I haven't seen any other comments about buffering. Y'all let me know. Am I buffering and I'm just oblivious to it? I thought it was okay, but, you know, you never know. The great thing for West Virginia fans is Neal Brown. Look, whenever we hired Neal Brown, I told you guys that this was a home run hire. A lot of people didn't believe me. But right now, Neal Brown is working on West Virginia's first top 25 recruiting class since 2009. We just landed a 4-star quarterback, and we kind of benefited from the Arizona State fiasco. I'm still going to give all credit to Neal Brown because he's out there recruiting his tail off. But that 4-star quarterback was actually set to visit Arizona State the week those allegations came out, and pretty much immediately committed to West Virginia. So I'm going to say that contributed just a little bit as far as how fast he made that decision. So all credit to Neal Brown. He's a wonderful recruiter, and his staff is recruiting amazing as well. And the thing that I like the most is Dana Holgorsen, you look like a fool now, because on your way out, which you didn't say no to us, we said no to you. You said you wanted a raise. We said no thank you, so you went to Houston. So don't be out there saying that, West Virginia wanted you to stay and you turned them down. No, that's not what happened. You wanted a raise. We said, no, you haven't done anything to deserve it. You went to Houston. Let me set that record straight first. The next thing is, you said that it's damn near impossible to recruit at West Virginia. And you never even got the best recruits within the state of West Virginia. And West Virginia's not a hotbed of recruits. We don't have amazing high schools that produce amazing talent all the time. You just couldn't do it. What happens with Neal Brown? Within the first 3 years, he gets West Virginia's best player in Wyatt Millum. So you, sir, need to shut your mouth and stop acting like West Virginia is a wasteland. What happened to you whenever you went over to Houston? They tanked. You suck as a head coach. You know your X's and O's. I'll give you all that. I'll give you that much. But as far as being a head coach, you suck. You're not a very good one at all. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. I don't wish anything bad upon you. But Neal Brown is proving you to be a flat-out liar. And quite honestly, an idiot. So I've been stewing about that one for a while because, with West Virginia's recruiting, building, yes, TikTok, I have. I was just in a rush, but good comment. And building, yeah. I had to call Holgorsen out on that one because the dude, he tried his hardest to trash West Virginia on the way out, which it worked there for a while. He had people believing that he said no to West Virginia, and West Virginia was, not ever going to do well in recruiting, even though we did amazing in the early 2000s, top 25 classes all the time. Kind of fell off after that, and Neal Brown is getting back to that. So I'm super happy about that, and I'm super happy that we extended Neal Brown when we did. What I said is coming true. The dude is recruiting. Another thing that I said that hasn't come true yet, but seems like is in the process of coming true. And I know this isn't breaking news or anything like that, but the playoffs. The new playoff thing, well, I say new, but it's like news that's like 2 weeks old or whatever. But anyways, my point is, they're thinking about expanding to a 12-team format. Top 4 seeds get a bye, which would be the top 4 best conference champions. And then the next 4 get a home playoff game. And I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, I know for a fact that I did a video on that a long time ago. So I did some digging. And so I found it. I finally found it, guys. I did a video on playoff expansion the night of the national championship. So whenever I opened the video, I said, tonight is the national championship. What's Golden Blue Dude thinking? Golden Blue Dude is thinking about playoff expansion because all it's been is blowouts in the semifinals. Blowouts. Boring. Annoying. And the thing that I proposed was a 12-team playoff. Top 4 seeds getting a bye. People called me crazy. Golden Blue Dude, that'll never happen. What are you thinking? You know nothing. Telling you. I know I'm a West Virginia fan, but I'm not saying I'm a genius or anything like that. Obviously, I'm not. But I'm a tad smarter than people think. Just a tad. So I was, whenever that news broke, I was like, no freak. Because when you think about it, they did have a lot of options. So for them to pick that particular option, the option that I did a video on, just that option, it blew my mind. It really did. So I was my head did swell just a little bit, but I came down to earth. I came back down to earth. We're good. I'm level-headed again. Jim says that buys are not a good thing. Buys are actually a really good thing whenever you're talking about playoff expansion. Now, if they were going to keep it as is, as far as just the 4-team format, then no, that would be stupid. That's not even possible. Even expanding it to 6 teams, Not necessary. But when you're planning on expanding the playoffs to 12 teams, yeah, buys are a good idea. Here's why. Because, okay, you got 1 through 12, right? Well, say like an Alabama, a Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma, whatever, they're having their usual great year, and they're like, you know what? We know we're one of the 12 best teams. We're going to get in. We're going to rest our starters the last couple games, and we'll still get in. You know, even if we pick up a loss, we're fine. Well, by giving those top 4 a bye, that's off the table. They're not going to rest their starters. They're not going to take a game off. They're not, you know, it's not going to diminish the regular season. And that was a lot of people's fears if they were to expand the playoffs. Oh, it would diminish the regular season. The regular season wouldn't mean as much. Well, by putting in some incentives, the regular season really doesn't lose any value. You'll have teams that are, you know, wanting that top 4 spot. You'll have teams that are wanting a home playoff game. Hello? I mean, what are the matchups? If this would have been in last year, one of the matchups would have been Georgia at Cincinnati. That sounds familiar. That sounds, oh yeah, that's right. They played each other in a really good game in a neutral site, even though it was heavily, you know, in favor of Georgia. Well, just imagine if that game would have been played at Cincinnati. Not saying, you know, done deal, Cincinnati would have won, but, I mean, that would have definitely helped Cincinnati a lot. So, I think it would have been, that would have been an awesome thing to see. And if you've watched a home playoff game for the NFL, it's okay. A home playoff game for the MLB, it can be good sometimes. A home playoff game for the NBA, those can get pretty hyped, especially, well, not so much these days, but I remember back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, the 4-point play by Larry Johnson. Oh my goodness, the Madison Square Garden literally rose. I mean, rose. So the NBA's had some pretty good playoff games on somebody's home court. The NHL, look guys, I don't watch hockey very much. I really don't. But if you decide that you ever do want to watch a hockey game, pick a playoff game. A home playoff game in the playoffs for hockey is unreal. Out of all the major sports that you could watch, I would say a home playoff game in the NHL is the most exciting. Even if you don't know a lick about hockey, doesn't matter. The atmosphere is electric. It feels like, best way to explain it, here we go. It feels like, you know, you've seen on TV right before a rocket takes off, right? The boosters are ramping up and it's starting to shake. That's what, whenever you're watching that, and I've never been a team of an NHL team, I just don't care. But man, whenever I'm watching NHL playoff game, you feel like you're in that rocket and it's about to take off. So, yeah. My advice, if you ever want to watch an NHL game, playoff game. All that rambling leads up to this. Yes, I do ramble sometimes. A home college football playoff game. Epic. I mean, we watch some of these games during the regular season, rivalry games, meaningful games. Just, it's unreal to think about the first playoff game that would be on somebody's campus. I am all for it. I think it helps to, you know, alleviate the whole, you know, it diminishes the regular season. It does not. The incentives work out perfectly. It's all coming together. And one more thing. Maybe my favorite thing, by the way, guys. Notre Dame can't get a bye week unless they join a conference. And here's the thing, guys. I don't know if y'all realize this or not, but this whole playoff expansion idea actually did have to get run by Notre Dame's athletic director. So let me get this straight. The athletic director for Notre Dame, who's not in a conference, signed off on a playoff extension that would pretty much guarantee that Notre Dame wouldn't get a bye week. They're not telling us something, guys. They are not telling us something. And here's another thing. The year that this expansion probably, I'm not saying will, but probably will be implemented is 2023. That's the most likely year we're looking at. And I've been hearing some chatter, some rumors, some sources saying that Notre Dame is talking about joining the ACC in, what year was that? Oh, yeah, 2023. Something about they're working out the deal with NBC to where, that doesn't interfere, stuff like that. Telling you, Notre Dame's athletic director would have not given his blessing for this expansion unless there's something else they're not telling us. So yeah, I am pretty excited about that. I think Notre Dame's going to end up being in the ACC, and I think in the future, I think West Virginia needs to be either in the SEC or ACC. I am so sick of us being in the Big 12. No offense to other Big 12 teams. You guys are great, but we just do not fit. I mean, when you look at a map of all the conferences, you see the Pac-12, it's, West Coast. You see the ACC, it's pretty much together. You have, kind of Miami and Boston College that look a little out of place. Big 10 together. SEC together. Then you see the Big 12, and you see the Midwest, and then way over here, West Virginia. No. That has got to be fixed. I'm sick of it. But I think we will have to deal, as a West Virginia fan, we will have to deal with that for probably another 3 or 4 years. So I'm just going to have to suck it up until then. But I guarantee you this, guys, 100%. Whenever the time comes around that our deal with the Big 12 is about to expire, in other words, leave or re-sign, I'm going to be flooding, and I'm talking flooding YouTube with videos, and I mean, enough to where maybe West Virginia will see them, West Virginia, the higher-ups, because I want them to know, guys, not a good idea. Yes, we're making tons of money. We are, and I like that part. But West Virginia doesn't have a shot of winning a conference championship while being in the Big 12. We just don't. It's just how it is. I've come to peace with that. So I'm hoping that we make a smart decision when this contract thing is up. Fire Justin Fuente, which I like that, by the way. I agree with that. Would love to see 3-team rivalry trophy with us, Pitt, and West Virginia. That's an interesting idea, but how would that work out? Like, because think about it, like West Virginia would play Pitt. West Virginia would also play Virginia Tech. I'm assuming in your scenario. And then Virginia Tech, of course, playing West Virginia. And Virginia Tech would play Pitt. So we would all be playing each other. Where would the trophy go? Like, West Virginia just beat Virginia Tech, so the trophy's with us. Pitt beats Virginia Tech. Does that mean we got to hand it to Pitt? Or then they got to beat us? Or I'm not like trash talking you. I'm just would like for you to explain it to me, because I'm not quite getting that idea. Yeah. So if you could explain it, because it is an interesting idea. I don't know how it would work out. And I like the title of that too, by the way, the Battle of the Appalachia. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know though. I don't know how that would work. And I do hope that Talkus Pitt is either watching or tunes in, because he needs to be warming up his vocal cords for whenever he has to sing Country Roads. If y'all are not aware of this, me and Talkus Pitt, number one, we're going to go to, I know the first two for sure. I don't know after that. The first two Backyard Brawls, the renewal in 22 and 23. And we do have a bet on it. If Pitt wins, which they're not going to, I would have to wear a Pitt jersey on a show. It's not going to happen, guys, so don't worry about that. But when West Virginia wins, he has to sing Country Roads, and I get to record him. So you better bet I will make a video on that. It will happen. So I'm just making sure my buddy's all right, because I don't want him to. I don't want him to be doing anything that would possibly damage his vocal cords. They need to be in top-notch condition, because we want to hear a good version, man. I know. I have a feeling that you can sing, so I want to hear a nice version. If you're not aware, I'm in the middle of my season predictions. The way I did it, because this time of year, I don't know if y'all are aware of this or not. This time of year, sports YouTube channels do predictions for the college football season. It's what we do, okay? So the thing that the different channels have to try to figure out is, what can I do different to try to be different from everybody else? So the way that I approach it this year is I'm taking out-of-conference games, higher profile if possible. Not every team is high profile, and I'm going to try to get to every team. But I'm trying to do the higher profile in the beginning and then just kind of work my way from there. So I take the non-conference games. I predict the game itself at the end of the video, but I also predict the seasons for each team that's involved in that game. So you're actually getting 3 videos in one. You're getting a game prediction, you're getting a season prediction for one team, and you're getting a season prediction of another team. So that's 3 videos in one. And I'm working on a good one, guys. And you know what? Since y'all tuned in to my live show, I think I'll share the spoiler alert so you guys have a heads up. But I'm not going to share it with everybody, okay? So if y'all haven't noticed, I haven't done the Georgia Clemson prediction yet. Well, I got to thinking. 2 years ago, I didn't do it last year, but 2 years ago, whenever it was probably my 5th ever video. I did a game prediction for Clemson in front of Clemson Memorial Stadium. Whenever we're done with this live show, you can go check it out. It was a hot mess. I was nervous, stammering, stuttering. It was bad. I cringe every time I watch it, but it is what it is. You learn and get better. Well, I haven't done it in 2 years, so I think I'm going to do it again. Yeah, so my game prediction for Georgia Clemson and season prediction for both Georgia and Clemson going to be in front of Clemson Memorial Stadium. So there you go. Spoiler alert. Just because you guys have been patient with me. I haven't had a live show in a while. I've been super busy, guys. Trust me, super busy. And connection issues. I was sick of having to restart shows because of connection. So I wanted to get it all figured out before I did another live show. Because not just on my end. I know it's probably annoying on your end as well. So I wanted to get that all figured out. Coming back strong. Going to be consistent again now that the all that signal stuff is figured out. Man, it is a bitch, guys. It's like you have all these ideas, you got a ton of content ideas, you're ready to go, and then something completely out of your control happens. Like even today, like I told you with the dryer thing, completely out of my control, but it had to be done. So I wasn't able to put out my prediction video today. But trust me, I did get to shoot it, just not enough time to edit and all that stuff. And it takes a while to do that. So tomorrow I'll do that, and we'll get back on the prediction train. And the goal is to get all 130 teams. Right now we're at 30. After tomorrow we'll be 32. So it'll be 32 down and 90. No, what is it? Yeah, 98 to go, which seems like a lot, but whenever you're doing 2 teams at a time, it's still doable. It's going to be tight, it's going to be close, but it's still doable. And I'm trying to get some of the, the bigger names out first Let those videos build, and then trust me, I'm getting to the group of fives. I've already done Cincinnati. I got another spoiler alert, which I just spit at y'all. My bad. Got excited. Another spoiler alert for tomorrow. It's going to be one of those teams is going to be a group of five team. So it'll be my second group of five prediction. And it's going to be a good one. It's a good game. Let me see some of these comments. Y'all have been commenting like crazy. Randall Lowe says, tired of West Virginia not allowed to beat Oklahoma. Well, I mean, we are allowed to beat Oklahoma. We just can't. I will say this. Last year did break our streak as far as losing to them every year. We didn't play them. We didn't beat them, but we didn't play them. So, you know, there's something. But, yeah, West Virginia's, I know it seems like, you know, we're the outside. And we are, West Virginia is kind of the outsider in the Big 12. But I don't believe any type of conspiracies going on. And, you know, they're holding West Virginia. No, it's... Oklahoma's just been really, really good, and we've had some bad bounces of the ball whenever they played in Morgantown. I went to the game back in, what was it, 2015 or 26, whatever one of those years it was in Morgantown, and every time West Virginia gained momentum, Oklahoma did a fantastic play. I remember we scored, and then they ran a kickback. Like, we just scored, took the lead. I was literally getting up to go use the bathroom. I was like, it's kickoff. You know, I'll be back in time for the defense. On my way out, I hear, because we were sitting right next to the Oklahoma fans, and I just hear them start going nuts. I was like, son of a, what happened? Ran it back for a touchdown. So it's little stuff like that that keeps happening to West Virginia. So, you know, we just got to be good enough. It's not will they allow us, it's we got to be good enough. Let's see what you are saying. Oh, yeah, Jim's talking about the Army, Navy, and Air Force. I forgot about that. They have a... I thought that was just between two teams, though. I thought that was Air Force and Army or Air Force and Navy. Like, it was just between two teams. I really didn't know it was between all three of them. So I'll go check that out. That's... something I honestly did not know. Sorry about the camera shake, guys, but where my laptop is down, I had to do it through my phone. That's why I'm scrolling through my comments on my phone. Let's see here. I agree with you, Randall. West Virginia should be in the ACC, but I would be okay with them being in the SEC as well. I really would, especially the SEC East. Let's see. Fire Justin Fuente says, would WVU or Cincy be the 16th team? I'm assuming that that's if Notre Dame joined the ACC. That's a good question. I fear that it would be Cincinnati because of this. Cincinnati has a huge television market. They're on their rise this year. Basketball, not so much. That's the one thing that would help West Virginia in that argument. We're pretty good in football and basketball, not just one sport. And I do think the ACC is regretting that because they took Louisville over West Virginia, and Louisville's basketball program has not been all that good. And both their football and basketball has not been very good. West Virginia had a bad year in 2019 whenever we had to rebuild after Holgorsen. But Bob Huggins for our basketball he's a legend, guys. And our football is back on the rise. So West Virginia, see, man, I hate that you got me thinking about that. That kind of depresses me because if Notre Dame wants to join the ACC is, yeah, done deal. So then the other spot, would it be Cincinnati or West Virginia? And, you know, it depends on what they're looking at. If they're looking at TV market, and a lot of times those conferences do, then I think Cincinnati would actually get the nod over West Virginia. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll see. Maybe they can make it an 18-team league. That would be pretty cool. You'd add what? Notre Dame. You could add Notre Dame, West Virginia, Cincinnati, and Army. I think that would be a pretty good addition to the ACC, because Army's actually been pretty good recently, especially their defense. I mean, we just had a great Liberty Bowl between Army and West Virginia, so I'm not sure about basketball. Although I know they had a pretty good season last year in basketball, but not very consistent, so I'd have to think about that one. BBD says, go to a live hockey game, which I did, but it was a minor league, so he says, totally different than watching on TV. Do you mean totally different, like good totally different, or bad totally different? I'm imagining you're saying good, because usually games are much better, whenever you go there live. So let me know what you meant on that. Jim says Vanderbilt will beat Mississippi State. Anchors down. Not sure about that one, bud. Vanderbilt has a lot of rebuilding to do, and I think Mississippi State will be better. But like I said in my prediction video, the problem with Mississippi State this year is most of the SEC West will be better as well, except for Auburn. I did have Auburn beating Mississippi State because it was at Auburn, but it wouldn't surprise me if Mississippi State won that game, because Auburn's not going to be very good this year. Uncle Lou's in the house. What's going on, man? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate the support. Let's see. This is the comment I wanted to read earlier, and it had nothing to do with sports. Jim says, if your cat is old like me, 2 times in 5 minutes is not unusual. Problem is, Jim, he's actually not that old. He's about 1.5 years. I know y'all think I'm playing, but I am serious. You can ask my wife. When I go live, he does not like it. He doesn't like anything that takes away attention from him. So when I go live, he has to use the bathroom, usually multiple times. And right when I started the show today, 2 times in the first 5 minutes. Luckily, he could tell I was mad at him, so he ran into the living room. Which, by the way, I don't think y'all understand my relationship with my cat. I have never had any type of pet, dog, cat, guinea pig, fish, whatever. I have never had any type of pet that's actually been like a buddy. I'm telling you, this cat is for real like a buddy to me, because he has his cat's moments, but for the most part, he doesn't act like a cat. He acts more like a human and a dog. I'm being serious. And we have this routine every night. I call it the Munch Parade, which that's his name, Munch. And what happens is, and this is how I know when it's time for the Munch Parade, he'll jump on the bed and he'll get on his tippy toes looking at me. He's ready. So the Munch Parade, I go up to him, I pick him up, throw him on my shoulders like this. Okay, like this. He's looking over my back shoulder, and I do like, not running, but I do like 3 or 4 laps with him on my shoulder. Basically, he likes me letting everybody know that he's still the king of the room. So that's a nightly thing, and if I start forgetting, he gets mad and he reminds me. So yeah, he really does act like a person. That's why whenever I say he uses the bathroom on purpose, he uses the bathroom on purpose when I go live. He is jealous of anything that takes away from his attention. So I wanted to give you guys that in full context. That way you would understand why I get aggravated at him. It's a real thing. He does it on purpose. Jim says not Army, Navy. Oh, all right, so I'm guessing you're saying that Navy and Air Force has the commanders. I think that's the one. Yeah. A-Def Boy says, I don't know if West Virginia could compete in the SEC consistently. Big Ten teams seem better, in my opinion. But they would be in the SEC East. I think that would be doable. Now, of course, every other year we would have to play Georgia in Georgia. I would think that's an automatic loss. But at the same time, every other year we would get Georgia in Morgantown. And I think we could pull off a win against Georgia in Morgantown. Florida, last year, if we would have played them, probably got stomped, but they lost a lot of talent. They're not they don't scare me. Tennessee definitely don't scare me. South Carolina, nope. Kentucky's going to be a good team, and that would turn into a nice little rivalry. That would be a border rivalry between Kentucky and West Virginia. I would be all for that. And the thing with me is, y'all forget, I live in South Carolina. Yes, I'm a West Virginia fan. I don't get to go to that many West Virginia games. Definitely not road games. Definitely. But home games, I try to go to at least 1 or 2 home games. So if West Virginia was in the SEC East, I mean, Columbia, that's like an hour and a half from here. Athens, maybe 2 hours from here. Even, let's see, Knoxville, 2.5 hours from here. Lexington, still closer than a home game at West Virginia. So even me driving to Lexington for a road game for West Virginia would be a shorter drive for me than driving to Morgantown. So for me, it would be amazing. And I do think West Virginia could be competitive. Now, if we were in the West, yikes. That would be rough. We would get slapped around by Alabama every year. We would get slapped around by probably Texas A&M every year. We'd get beat down a good bit by LSU, not all the time. I think we could beat them in Morgantown a few times. Let's see, Auburn. Not really worried about Auburn. We had a pretty good home-and-home with them. I think they got us. I think they beat us when we went to the Plains, and then we returned the favor when we went to Morgantown. We owned Mississippi State. Not worried about them. Ole Miss, that would be interesting. I think that would be a good back-and-forth type of thing. But the West just wasn't, it wouldn't make any sense. We don't fit on that region. Having said that, well, number one, West Virginia don't fit in the Big 12. And number two, Missouri, SEC East, wrong region. And I get why they did that. I really do. They don't want to... I guess they were thinking that if they were to put Alabama and Auburn in separate divisions, because that would be right where the line would be between West and East, that it would kind of, break up the rivalry. But it wouldn't. You could still schedule the rivalry. I guess they wouldn't battle it out for the SEC West. I don't know. But I think Auburn, whenever Missouri and Texas A&M came over, Texas A&M is fine in the West, but I think they should have slid Auburn to the East and Missouri in the West. Missouri in the East, it doesn't make any sense. They might be the Westest team of any of the teams, and they're in the East. So somebody tell me, is it like the most crooked line ever where they, go around? I don't know. It makes no sense. But like I said, West Virginia in the Big 12 doesn't make any sense. So I guess it doesn't have to make any sense. Nothing has to make sense these days. Welcome to 2021. Yeah. Done with 2020. Why did I say that? I don't know. BVD says, no way the Ears could beat UGA right now. Agree. I don't care if they played in Fairmont High School Stadium. LOL. Agreed. The past 3 or 4 years, I would agree. But I think there's moments where West Virginia will have a pretty good team and Georgia not as good as usual, it being in Morgantown. And I think West Virginia would have a good chance of beating them in Morgantown. A lot of things would have to line up for that to happen. Number one, can't be in Athens. We're not going to beat Georgia in Athens. I don't care what planet we're on. It's not happening. Number two, so the first criteria, it would have to be in Morgantown. Number two, West Virginia would have to be having one of their really good years, okay? Of course. And then the third criteria, Georgia would have to be having one of their really bad years. Well, not really bad, but just not as great as they are this particular second. So I think if the stars, aligned, it could happen. But I do know the last time we played Tennessee, we beat them down pretty good. Not worried about Tennessee. South Carolina, last time we played them, Carquest Ball, but that was a long time ago. They're not anything right now. Vanderbilt, everybody whoops Vanderbilt. And then Kentucky. Kentucky would be a good rivalry. So as far as competition goes, it is what it is. In the Big 12, you got to deal with Oklahoma, Iowa State, Texas, up and down. Oklahoma State can be good sometimes. Kansas State can be good sometimes. Baylor in their heyday, TCU in their heyday. So it's not just, you switch from this conference to this conference and, the competition is just going to be way, way worse than what you realize. Not really. Now, I would say the SEC West maybe the exception. And if we played in the SEC East and, say, drew in Alabama one year, yeah, that would suck. But that's not going to happen every year. We'll probably draw like a Mississippi State and Auburn one year, or LSU and Ole Miss, stuff like that. You're not going to get Alabama every year. But the years we do, yeah, it would suck. I definitely concur with that. But anybody would say that with Alabama. Even Texas A&M, as good as they were last year, it sucked that they had to play Alabama. Ole Miss, great offense, terrible defense. They gave Alabama a fight, but it still sucked for them because they lost. So, anybody in the SEC right now, it sucks because eventually you're going to have to play Alabama to get into the playoffs. I mean, you have to, whether it's in the regular season or the SEC championship game. There's no way around it. You have to play and beat Alabama to get to the playoffs. And that's why Georgia has had issues, because they can't beat Alabama. Let's see what's going on with here. BBD does say, I agree with that. Pretty tough in Morgantown. Yeah, especially at night. Morgantown is very, very raucous. Jim says, hey, West Virginia did beat Georgia a few years ago in the Sugar Bowl. Yeah, that was 2006. And at the Slob Olympics, I did a little video of the tour of the College Football Hall of Fame. And it had a Sugar Bowl trophy. It wasn't 2006, but it was a Sugar Bowl trophy. And I kind of made Lou mad because I kind of tried to bait him into a question. Who did West Virginia beat in the 2006 Sugar Bowl? It was Georgia. But that was a long time ago. If we played Georgia right now, yeah, it wouldn't win. But yeah, that's a good memory. I remember that game a lot. I was working at Pepsi at the time, and I actually had a bet with one of my superiors. He took Georgia, of course, and I took West Virginia. Faith in my team, right? Well, so I'm staying up to watch the ball game, right? Well, West Virginia goes up, 28-0. I was like, easy money. I'm good. I'm going to go lay down. And because whenever you work at Pepsi, I don't know how it is everywhere, but whenever I worked for Pepsi, I had the route that was farthest away. Spit again, dadgummit. It was the farthest away. So, whenever I got up, I had to drive to Pepsi, and then from there, I had to get to my first stop, which was 45 minutes away by 7 o'clock. So, I pretty much had to wake up 4:30, 4:45 every day. Because I had to get to the plant, which was about a 20-minute drive, and then I had to get to my first stop, which was another 45. So I was laying down. It wasn't because I didn't want to support West Virginia, but I was, I knew I had to get up early in the morning. I tried to go to bed after they scored that fourth touchdown. Well, Georgia starts coming back, and I hear my family starting to, oh, you got to be kidding me. West Virginia's going to do it again. So I was like, whoa, my gosh. Because by halftime, I believe it was 31-21. So they went on a 21-3 run on us. I was like, oh my goodness! Now I gotta stay up and freaking watch this thing. So yeah, I did. And the cool thing about it, though, I will say this, is every time Georgia got within striking distance, by striking distance, I mean a field goal, West Virginia somehow was able to score a touchdown and extend it again. So, okay, we're good. Looks like we're going to win. Georgia would score. Oh, my gosh, we got to score again. Okay, we're good. We scored. Well, we get down to 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Dadgummit. Georgia's going to get the ball back, and we haven't been able to stop them in the second half. It was like 2 minutes and 13 seconds left, something like that. I was like, crap, we're going to give this away. And then we did the fake punt, Brady down the middle, and that big pop. Sorry, that was the biggest. That was one of the best moments ever that I've ever had as a West Virginia fan. Whenever we faked that punt, you talk about years of frustrations forgotten. In that fleeting moment, it was forgotten. I get goosebumps right now thinking about it. So yeah, I have a lot of fond memories attached to Georgia. So yeah, that's really it's a goosebumpy moment for me. So yeah, maybe we will get to play them again and beat them again. Thank you for reminding me of that. That was an awesome reminiscence. Probably the only thing that comes close, not supersedes, but comes close to that feeling was whenever Owen Schmidt broke that tackle against Oklahoma to score that touchdown, and the announcer said like a runaway beer truck. That was awesome too. So didn't come close, but approaching it. Got some good memories. If you aren't aware, I did a video about West Virginia fans, how we've suffered. We've had some good moments, but we've had way more bad moments than good moments. I think West Virginia would be okay in the SEC West. All right, so let me look at my comments real quick. I'm about to end the show, guys, but I'm making sure that I didn't get any super chats for either Boise State or Iowa. Every dollar sent for a super chat would count for that team. Boise State has 90 votes. Iowa has 60. So as is, Boise State would be crowned the first Gold and Blue Dude Logo Bracket Challenge winner. So I'm just making sure that nobody sent that real quick. I wanted to give everybody a last second chance. All right. So I'm going to do this every year, guys. And I will do a regular video on this first, but you guys hear it first. The voting is officially over. No more voting. In the first annual, not the first and only, the first annual Gold and Blue Dude 130 FBS Logo Bracket Challenge, decided by the voters, voted by you guys. Boise State is your champions. Your 2021 Logo champions is Boise State. Boise State pretty much obliterated everybody throughout the contest. West Virginia got matched up with them in the Elite Eight, and they destroyed us. We were on a pretty good run, but ran into them. So, yeah, Boise State, first Logo Bracket champion. We will do this again. I'm going to try to remember whenever I started. I think it was in March. It was shortly after the slop, so probably April. So every April, I will do this 130 Logo Bracket Challenge. But the first one, and there can only be one first, it goes down in the history books. Boise State, first ever 2021 college football FBS all 130 Logo champion. Congratulations to the Boise State Broncos. I give kudos to you guys. The Boise State fan base came out in massive droves. So forewarning, guys. Forewarning. Next year, beware of the Boise State fan base. They will come out in droves. So, number one, you better hope you don't get matched up against them. Number two, if you do, you need to spread the word and get people of your own fan base to vote on Gold and Blue Dude's bracket challenge so somebody can actually beat them. Because as of right now, they are ruling it. Those fans are very passionate about their team. They came out in masses. 90 votes, guys. And I got to give kudos to the Iowa fans. 60 votes. That's the most out of any team besides Boise State, out of any matchup during this whole contest. So, nothing to hang your heads on, Iowa. You did well. It's just you came up on a juggernaut against Boise State. And let me remind you guys, like I did at the beginning of the show, don't forget to go check out my website, goldandbluedude.com. Send me some articles, some ideas to do a video on. So I want to do a video inspired by one of my subscribers. And don't forget to send me stuff like this. Joey, one of you guys in the comments section, write this down, okay? P.O. Box 360, Liberty, South Carolina 29657. I might try to comment that real quick. Hold on, guys. Well, never mind. It won't let me. One of my moderators, please write that down so people will know. I encourage people to send me stuff, and I will display it in my background. I have... Hold on. Before y'all go, guys, hold on. Where did it go? Dadgummit. Hold on. Just so you know, Scott, I still have yours that you sent me, but I'm not going to put yours up till I redo my back wall. I'm waiting on my gold and blue sound panels, so the black ones you see back there are going to come down. I got the blue and gold ones on the way. And Joey, my sponsor for TriStateWoodworks.com, which, by the way, go check him out as well. TriStateWoodworks.com does amazing stuff. He's doing some logo panels for me, so we're going to redo the back wall. And after I get all the materials and get the idea, this will go up behind me, I promise. The only reason I was able to already put this up is because I could just set it on a shelf. So yeah, send me stuff, guys. I appreciate it. I will display it behind me, so you will be a direct part of this channel. I appreciate y'all's support. You guys are awesome. Great turnout tonight, and I can't wait till next year's vote. I think it really gained some traction as it progressed. If you're a new person, you're like, you came across this channel, like, what the heck is this? Golden Blue Dude. What? Never heard of this guy. What does he do? College football YouTuber. Hit that subscribe button. You can ask my subscribers college football videos every single day. And on June 29th, me and my sponsor are coming up with some good ideas on a great video on June 29th. 1 year straight for Golden Blue Dude, not missing a day of college football videos. On June 29th, it will be 1 year straight where I've put out at least one video. And during March Madness, I'll do college basketball videos, but at least one video every single day. So me and Joey are working on some good ideas. So we're going to have a good video for you. That'll be on Tuesday, June 29th, Tuesday. If I did my math correct. I could be incorrect, but I think it's Tuesday. So y'all hit that subscribe button. Right now, I'm in the middle of my season predictions. Today, I went ahead and shot teams, the predictions for teams 31 and 32. So 30 are already in the books. So you'll have access to the ones I've already done, and you'll see the ones that are coming. And my goal, and right now we're on schedule, my goal is to get every one of them, all 130 FBS teams, their predictions. We'll see if we can get them all in. We're going to get a lot of them at least. I'm going to try to get 130. And one more thing. I do apologize to the people that sent me their address in the email. I just haven't had time to send you. I promise. I have them, my Golden Blue Dude cozies. I will start sending them out this week. I apologize. You guys did send me your address to send these to, and I've just got super busy. I apologize. So I'm going to go back into my email, and I'll look at all the addresses that you guys sent me, and I'll send it absolutely free, guys. I'm not charging. So if anybody else wants one, just send me your address in my email at refsuck@gmail.com. That's REF, ref, SSUK. REF, SSUK @gmail.com. So if you send me your address, Joey, if you would put that up there real quick before we jump off here. So if you want to send me your address, it could be a P.O. box, your street address, however you want me to send it to you. Just send it to me via email, and I'm going to start pumping these out next week. So I've been super busy, guys. I do apologize, but they are coming absolutely free. So you'll have a way to display the Golden Blue Dude brand, which I'm proud of. We're growing pretty good. Let's see. Scott says, I got the email address typed up on, so don't be surprised to see an email soon. Hey, send it out, man. I'll look at it right after and put it on the list. I appreciate everybody stopping by. all you guys that have commented and stopped by, gave me some of your time in your evening. You didn't have to do it, but you did. I appreciate it. I hope y'all have a good night. We're gonna try to have another live show on Wednesday. I'm still working on the live call-in. I had a few of those, but we've been having some issues. Once I get that figured out, we will have a call-in show, guys. It's going to happen, okay? I promise. Anyways, y'all have a good weekend. Appreciate each and every one of y'all for stopping by and giving me some of your time. Hope y'all have a great weekend and a great night, and we will see you on Wednesday.